Hi everybody, I know you have missed these lessons terribly, so I know you're so excited to get back to this. Because we're still in quarter 3 and we have some time for students to raise their grades, we went ahead and we created 2 what we call bonus lessons. One that we'll post this week and one we'll post next week for students to help raise their third quarter grade, as well as be up to date on some current events. So this lesson is going to focus on the coronavirus and the stand against racism. And the next lesson is going to be about the history of racism surrounding diseases. So our objective for today is that by the end of this lesson, students will be able to outline the known facts surrounding COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus, and provide the opportunity to explore instances of discrimination related to this novel strain of the coronavirus. What you are going to do for this lesson is the first thing that you're going to do is listen to my video and answer the questions throughout. So what you'll notice is that there'll be questions posted at the bottom of this video. You do need to answer those as we go in order to earn credit. The second thing that you will see is an NPR podcast that you do need to listen to. There are not any questions associated with the podcast itself as you listen to it, but you will have to complete a worksheet about it when you are finished. And that is the third thing that you will do, is complete the worksheet on Canvas. This is set up a little bit differently now, so you can type your answers right in on that worksheet and it will go ahead and submit it to me. So you do not need to worry about downloading and saving and sharing. You can do it right there and it's going to share it right with me. So no need to worry. A little bit of background for the coronavirus. This is a new strain of coronavirus, which is called COVID-19, and it first appeared in Wuhan, China in December of 2019. Coronaviruses are a family of viruses. They're called zoonotic viruses, which means they transfer from animals to humans. We are not yet 100% sure which animal caused this current coronavirus that we have. Coronaviruses get their name from the word corona, which is a Latin word for crown, and it's given that name because of the shape of the virus itself. They are not new. We've had outbreaks before, recently in fact, such as MERS and SARS. Both of those had been contained. This is a contagious disease. It can kill. It is difficult right now to determine exactly what the percentage rate is. They believe it's under 2%, but this changes daily, so it's best to kind of keep up to date on your news source that you use most. We do know that it impacts people differently. We know that some people don't have any symptoms at all, whereas some people have very, very severe symptoms. We do think that as of now, children have milder symptoms than adults. However, they can still be seriously ill and they can still spread the disease. The best way to protect yourself right now is to wash your hands regularly. Don't touch your face and cover your coughs and sneezes and engage in social distancing. So stay home if you can. We do believe that the majority of people at this point in time will fully recover. And there is no current vaccine. However, they are working on one and hope to have one within a year. What can you do? This comes from The Atlantic. The link is at the top of the site here. So if this is something that you're interested in, there are more on that site. I do recommend, but just a couple of key takeaways from that site. Use hand sanitizer that is at least 60% alcohol. Wash your hands, but also wash your hand towels very frequently. Stop touching your face and find a new way to shake hands. You can fist bump, use elbows, or just wave. Take precaution if you have to use a public restroom. Try to use paper towels to open up the doors so that you don't have to touch surfaces after you washed your hands. Clean your phone regularly and any other common surface like your Chromebook. And most importantly, stay home if you can. So finally, with the lesson that we have today on racism and COVID-19, I'm going to give you a little bit of background and some examples of some racism that has taken place over the past few months throughout the world. And then the podcast you're going to listen to goes a little bit more in depth, not just about racism in this current coronavirus, but racism and diseases in general. And you're going to finish this by answering some questions related to the NPR podcast that you listen to. All over the world, Chinese and Asian people have been subject to racism since the coronavirus outbreak. In Asia, there has been widespread anti-Chinese sentiment, also known as xenophobia. While in countries across Europe, Australia, and North America, people with Asian heritage have been targeted with racist abuse and in some cases have been assaulted. In Rome, Italy, a cafe placed a sign banning Chinese people from entering. In New York, United States, an Asian woman wearing a mask was hit and kicked on a subway. In Aberystwyth, Wales, a market trader of Taiwanese heritage was asked to leave the market hall where she runs a stall. In the Netherlands, a university dormitory was sprayed with the phrase, "Die Chinese." In Melbourne, Australia, Asian doctors and nurses have been racially abused at the Royal Children's Hospital by parents of patients, and all over the world, Chinese restaurants have suffered enormous economic losses as people have stopped eating in them. These listed examples are just a few of the racist incidents that have been reported on news sites around the world since the outbreak of the COVID-19, and they all highlight how Chinese and Asian people are being targeted because of their appearance and or nationality. So like I said, today we're going to take a closer look as to what is happening. And then next week, you'll have another lesson focusing on the history of racism and diseases in our country. I hope you all are staying safe, and please reach out if you have any questions or concerns.